Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good evening here in London. A lovely but cold day today, Monday, the 4th of November 2013. Today, the Baltic Dry Index, to begin with some good news, was up 27 points and closed at 1552. Last Friday, at the closing of the week, it was down again at 1525. Overall, was up 21 points. But within this last 9 days, the Baltic index was down 149 points. And this is very important with the big sizes having not an excellent market results. Even Panamax are down, and we have to be very, very cautious indeed. Second big issue today we have to tell you is that the Chinese ship owners are expressing concerns for the P3 merge. The P3 is comprised by Maersk, CMA CGM and Mediterranean Shipping Company, a fleet, as we said in the past, of 255 ships. Well, in a free market, let's see what is the Chinese reply to this merge of these companies there. In a free market, as I said, one has to have a plan for the next day. It's a free market, free for all, under ethical rules in the game of the shipping market, in particular of the container trade. Germany licenses first private armed guard security company, and of course that's an important news there for us. Now, importantly is also the continuation of the saga of eavesdropping, with the Americans being accused by many of the European and NATO partners, such as the French, the Germans, the Spaniards, and the Greeks came up, believe it or not, with a former foreign minister, Mr. Pangalos, saying that yes, we've been indeed eavesdropping the American embassy in Athens and in Ankara. Now, what this has to do with our shipping industry? Very, very importantly, because we govern and we trade the biggest industry in the world, worldwide. All the shipping industries of every nation are very important. But we don't want our business secrets to come in the use of any Tom, Dick and Harry. I have to mention this. You can listen to what we're saying, but do not pass our business fixtures around. This is not on, and Nemesis will strike back. This I can assure you. It has happened all through the history of mankind. Another good news today was the opening of the World Travel Market in Excel in East London. It was a great opening with stands from more or less all over the world. And I have to tell you that at the Greek minister's press conference, it was a full house. Never ever before so many journalists attended this event. We hope that Greece, through its shipping industry and tourism, and in particular maritime tourism that is important, and in another event we will have you in writing what came out of this press conference of Mrs. Olga Kefalogiannis. We will tell you about maritime tourism, the cruise industry in Greece. For the UK, this is a big earner. It brings over 2 billion in the city of London of money from the tourist industry, a very important industry for the United Kingdom. Of course, our interest focuses on business travel, on the cruise industry, on the yachting, and of course on conferences and exhibition centers that are very important and essential to promote our business to all intents and purposes. Another industry which of course is going through a very tough time, it's the shipbuilding industry. Now we've got Croatia, Uljanik and Three Mudge Yard in tatters. They say they're closing down. In nearby Greece, despite all the efforts from the ship owners who like to support the Greek shipbuilding industry, the ship repair industry, the government, in particular the Prime Minister and his deputy, Mr. Samaras and Mr. Venizelos, now the Deputy Prime Minister, failed to discuss the important issue, the burning issue of the Greek shipyards, and in particular that of Scaramanga. This is a grave mistake, and we would like to see the Prime Minister and his deputy, Mr. Venizelos, to give the good result to the Greek shipyards, because they can operate, they can develop better, they can build ships for the Greek coastal service, for Greek ship owners, like they did many times over the past 50 years, and of course the ship repairs. Conversions is another issue. Given of course the coastal services of Greece, the importance of the shipyards is great. Last but not least, it offers jobs for many people like in the past, and not just 2,000 that we've read in the press in the past fortnight, but in the last 40 years there were over 25,000 minimum workers in the Lefsis, in Scaramanga, in Neorion, in Chalkis, in Neorion and in Chalkis shipyards, and of course the Perama workshops. That's very important. We also had last week an important conference forum at Moore Stevens with respect to the operating cost of the ships, which for 2003 they're up by 3%, and for 2004 it is claimed to be in the same tune, 3.2 to 3.3 centum up. Lastly, we had another interesting conference at the Shipping London Centre with the effective dispute resolution in the emerging markets at the premises of Linklaters. Very, very important issues, and we will wait to see the upcoming of the new program of the Centre. And on a better note, last week we also had on Friday the London Maritime Association annual dinner at the Baltic Exchange. It's an association headed by the father of the Baltic, Derek Prentice, who gathered a great number of people there to support the LMA, and in particular we saw how important is the trade and tourism within the locks of London, and the speech that this year was given by Mr. Bach was about why St. Peter's Barge is having the blue sign. Heritage is important. On this tone, we wish you a nice week, and we will revert with more news about the markets, which we suggest caution, 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 and make sure that the banking industry, the ship finance industry, gets the message. This is John FARACLAS for allaboutshipping.co.uk from West London.